Hi, I'm Tom from Little Dish, and I'm here with Gladwin. I brought some of our products with us. So I make toddler food.
Yeah.
So really for kids from one, the ones that have teeth that can start to chew their meals. So what we do is we have food with texture, and we cut them in small cubes. So really from the age of one to about sort of the age of 5.
And where did the idea come from for this?
Yeah, my own children. I've got two boys, and I started cooking for my oldest one, and then it sort of rolled into an idea. And he's 2.5 right now, so he enjoys his meals, and his brother just turned 1, and is into it a lot as well. So.
Yeah, how's it different to sort of like the likes of the meal things that you can order and so on online? What's the key difference there?
I think the key difference is there's a few things. First of all, I'm a professional chef for almost 20 years, and I worked in different places, and the approaches that I cook from scratch. So all the stocks are made fresh. All the meats are free range, and
like the top quality, sort of really
like
premium,
fresh quality.
Yeah.
Meats are free range. So I start from scratch, and what I do is I cook the meat slow cooked, so it gives a really tender result. So it's easy for the kids to chew, and I cut it really small, about like, what is it, 5 millimeters by 5 millimeters.
Yeah, so no chances of them choking and so on.
No, so make it really small and tender, so they can practice their chewing, and that will help develop their speech. So that's the idea. That's really the, and for me, food safety is really important as well. So we adhere to custom food control plan. It's very strict. Just because we make the food, we cool it down, and we freeze it, and it's for you to reheat. So it is snap frozen in a blast chiller. Very modern process that is the strictest stringent safety.
So literally, it's all pre-cooked. There's no, and one of the big differences is literally that you don't have to cook the food when you get it. You just kind of, it's pretty much ready to prepare. You heat it up, and
it's in about 3 minutes you can heat it up.
Which to, again, parents.
Meal. And when your kid is out of control because it's hungry.
Just most times.
It only lasts for 3 minutes. You of course you let it cool down. To serve in temperature, but no mess, no cooking, and fast and healthy and quick.
And while we were involved, Mary and I, in the earlier sort of taste testing and so on, and like even as adults, the food was really good.
Yeah.
And that's the big difference, I think, is if an adult tastes this children's food and it's really good, then heck, that's going to make it easier for kids to eat.
Yeah. Well, the kids need to eat it, and the parents, they need to be convinced to buy it. So there's a consumer and there's a customer in this relationship. We also have larger meals, so for adults. So we got a range of that. For example, the beef stew is in a larger package.
Yeah, and I think I tried that. It was really, really good. Yeah. So, and again, it was like the big difference I noticed was that it was really good quality meat. You immediately can tell the difference. So you're not sort of getting the cheap chunks of meat to try and maximize on, get as much as you can bang for buck. It's more about the real good quality, what's good for the kids, what's good for families and parents and so on.
Yeah, I think that you taste the quality, and I think that is the only, I want sort of more gourmet style, like really good tasting, because the other thing I do is I don't add any seasoning. That's not really good for the little ones. So,
but it still tastes really good without the seasoning.
So it starts with buying good quality meat, and then applying the techniques that make the flavor come out, and let that speak without adding any seasoning to make it tastes really good. So that's that is where I've been experimenting very long with before we got to this point. So
and look, in taste testing it, I can say first-hand experience, it tastes really good. And look, if you need some seasoning, you can always add to it, but it's better than having all it over-seasoned and not being healthy and so on. But I didn't find any meals that required any seasoning and so on, so that was really good.
Yeah, and the other thing is, it comes like we have stews, we have risottos, we have lasagna. Like the stews, they're more, there's kind of basic, so if you like to add something for your child, you can go sort of different ways with it. You can eat it like it is, but you can also add a few things, you can make it a little bit different every time. Maybe we should unpack.
So like this is one sort of Tom had sort of brought along to us, and now everything about this is great. In the fact that, look, even the bag we talked about in the video, just sort of look at the link down below and you'll see. But the bag's sort of biodegradable, even though it's sort of like a plastic. Is it technically plastic? It's not. It's sort of like
it's not made with. It's home compostable.
Yeah.
But it's not made with oil. Sort of
petrochemicals and so on. So
this is home compostable. So we got a few. This is the toddler size. Lamb, chicken.
Oh, look at that, guys! You can kind of see the cut of the meat there, and sort of the. You don't have to worry about your children choking, and it's just ready to.
So, and these are the vegetables.
Yeah.
So this forms one meal for one child. At 160 grams combined.
So healthy, you've got your meats, you've got your vegetables. They're eating healthy. It's a good sort of product and so on. Ingredients going into it. So.
Chicken meal.
Yeah.
So I purposely didn't add the vegetables to the beef, so that you as a parent have the control how much vegetables they eat, and because it's not always easy for children to eat vegetables.
Yeah, and you can sort of mix it. It's good to have it separate also, don't you reckon, Tom? Because I also find that when you mix the vegetables and meat, sometimes it gets a little soggy.
Yeah.
And a bit like mashed potato, and kind of gets lost. If you are able to deal with it separately, you can always add it anyway. So.
And the cool thing about this, there's potatoes in there, there's carrots, there's broccoli in there, there's leek in there.
Yeah.
It is cooked sous vide, so the vegetables cooked in the bag.
Yeah.
With a little bit of olive oil, no seasoning.
Yeah.
And all the flavors, nutrients are retained in the bag. So when you open it up, it's not boiling water. So when you open it up, you get all the flavor that come off the vegetables.
Yeah. And you've made it all yourself, handmade. Yeah, so we're talking to the creator here. I did
cut it by hand. So this is all cut by hand.
Yeah.
And afterwards, in my blast chiller, I can pasteurize.
So literally, you sort of cook it up. So the blast chiller, if you can explain what happens, it does the cooking and gets it up to a certain point.
So what I do is I pack it in the bag. The thing is, I can't add the broccoli in for the sous vide cooking, so I mix it in later, and then I pack it up. And then I, when it's sealed, it goes into the pasteurization cycle, and from there straight to freezing.
It's snap frozen, so it retains all its flavors, its goodness, everything's in there.
Yeah, so it's like a polar vortex going at -40, and it freezes it really quickly to preserve the freshness. And you can see, the broccoli is still as green as it.
Yeah, look at that. So it's not kind of discolored. It's really bright green.
Yeah.
And again, all these vegetables, etc., you're sourcing it from local New Zealand, premium local New Zealand location.
Suppliers that I use in my in my chef career, so the good ones, and some of them are really, really great.
Yeah, so the vegetables, etc., and all these ingredients are going to be better than what you get at the supermarkets almost, which are sort of mass produced. Just
This is the meats is free range New Zealand.
Oh, that's great.
Beef, chicken, and lamb. This is an example of a lasagna for kid size. So there's 160 gram. So that's sort of I think we found that this is sort of pretty much enough of a meal for a toddler. So
no, it's a nice healthy meal too.
And then this is an example of a adult size lamb meal. And let's see if I find one.
So literally, the plan is that people can sort of order their meals for their children for the week, and they'll literally have it delivered to them.
Yeah.
All the meals, and it's just nice and easy. You just pull them out of those packets, combine them in whichever combination you want, and then sort of heat it up for the children.
So this, I cut the size of the lamb a little bit bigger, and I don't have the matching vegetable bag, but again, this is bigger, the size of the vegetable.
Yeah, so that's the more an adult size one there, isn't it? Yeah. So again, it's not just for children, it's for the whole family. Who would you say you're targeting? Is it sort of more the professional market, people busy?
Busy people that don't have a lot of time to cook something healthy, or this is all slow cooked, so it takes a lot of time. And you get that quality. You get starting with that quality, base ingredients.
Sure.
And I extensively searched for the best way to make a certain dish. You can make it many different ways, but again, with this cooking it sous vide, I think is superior than just boiling.
Oh, look, it tastes superior when we've eaten it. So totally
slow
agree.
Cooking this will also, the tender.
Oh yes, so it just melted, like the meat almost melted in our mouth and so on. And so you've got some of the example packaging that it'll come in too, isn't it? So people keep an eye out for this.
So that's the brand packaging, and that will contain one meal, just like that.
All right. We're getting sort of a insight into the.
And this is made from Lime West. The packaging.
Yeah.
And then, of course, nutritional panel on the back.
Yeah. So you've got all that information right there.
And then heating instructions as well.
Because the heating instructions will be different for the different type of meals too, isn't it?
Yeah, so generally the same among the children's meals, but then the lasagna is a bit different, and then the larger ones.
Yeah.
And there's different options to warm it up. You can do it in a microwave. You can do it in a pot of simmering water.
Yeah.
This can go in the oven if you defrost it first. Defrosting it and in the oven, that's always is better than putting in a pot of boiled, like simmering water. So there's many options. So if you don't have a microwave, you can still heat up those things and make it taste like it's intended to.
And so we're really fortunate. This is really us getting early access to this. Is sort of, do you have any sort of time frames when you expect sort of normal consumers to be able to get their hands on this amazing food?
I think it's going to be early June. So we're still waiting for the packaging to be finalised, this type of packaging. And then I'll speed up the production, and then it will be early June.
Well done. And you have a website, etc., all created or coming on this way?
littledish.co.nz.
Okay.
It is not live yet, but I've seen a little bit of it.
Awesome.
And it looks really good because my brother-in-law, he's a designer for a website in app. We'll have an app as well where you can order online. So you can order. Nice
and easy.
Yep, and you can follow up the progress of your order as well. So it's really interactive. You can, if you have some downtime, you can go onto the app and order, and you can do that here. So.
All right, so people look out. So June, expect to see and get access to it. Again, thank you so much for that, Tom. We've got early access to this, and we've been involved with some of the early taste testing, and it was amazing. And can't wait till this comes out. My wife, we've got 2 kids. She's busy. She's a full-time job almost. Well, it is being a mother, and then having to not worry about good, healthy food for our kids. That's a big bonus. So if you like the video, click on the subscribe, and also make sure to click on the bell to ensure you get notifications when a new video comes along. And look, if you really liked it, leave a comment. Tell me what you'd like to see more of, and also thank you very much, and see you guys soon.